So, our next Quest Wednesday's theme is unlocking creativity. And I'm very curious, what does that mean to you, Darren?
Yeah, when I was thinking about it, there's two elements for me. One is to unlock, first of all, I need to deal with some of the internal kind of messages and values that I've kind of adopted around creativity. And what I realized is I used to really love being creative, and it was quite a natural big part of my life. And then I kind of downgraded it as I got older. As I became an adult, it became about productivity, not creativity. So I've been revising my attitude and really placing creativity at a higher level. And I really love the quote from Elizabeth Gilbert, who said, "A creative life is an amplified life." And that's what I find. I find when I'm being creative, my life feels bigger. So, first of all, just kind of giving it a higher priority and shifting some of the internal kind of messages that I've kind of attached to creativity as I've grown up. And then the second thing is about, the doing of the creativity. Like, how do I unlock my creativity? How do I make it part of my day-to-day life? And there's three things that I recognize that I do, which is movement. Movement really helps me to unlock sharing. So collaborating and sharing, but being in communication with others around creativity. And then the actual doing, the practice, the hands piece, doing something regularly, I find unlocks more creativity. So that's the kind of process externally, and then internally shifting some of those limiting beliefs that I had around creativity.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, I think for me, there is something there around being in flow, being in that flow, going with my intuition, and
Mhm.
allowing myself to simply be. When I bring something that wasn't necessarily there before, I bring it alive through my hands. So, in those moments where my logical, rational part, my head, and my feelings part, my heart, come together to connect with my hands, the doing, I can really go into creativity then. But I really need to let go and really trust. And it could be something as simple as having a conversation, like we're having a conversation now. I have no idea what's going to come next, creating as we go through. For the session that we're going to be running, we're going to be co-creating, creating something together. So that letting go is really, really important for me. I had this recently where I wanted to try out a new recipe,
Mm.
and it was something I had never done before. I had an idea of what it was going to look like, what it was going to taste like, but I had no idea into some of the, yeah, like the ingredients and how to put it all together. And I remember going online and sort of just researching this idea, getting some ideas from that. And then on the day, really going with my intuition. And I've tried out this recipe now for a few times. And each time I create it, I always add something new to it. And so for me, there is that intuition going with my heart and letting go of what I think creativity should be and simply leaning into that flow.
Wow. So let's see what, because we have a regular recipe with Quest Wednesdays. It'd be interesting to see what we can add into this recipe and what we co-create all together. It's going to be an interesting evening as always, I think.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.